Welcome to Tuesday Truths. Let's hope that this episode actually goes out today. So, today I'm going to talk about a trademark tale of sweat, determination, and a few technical kerfuffles. Have you ever had a dream that looked so simple in your head until you tried to make it official? That was me and my trademark journey. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It's Michelle, your AGE-GILITY vibrancy specialist. Years ago, after COVID happened, and when I tried to clarify who I wanted to serve and what I wanted my coaching message to stand for, the word AGE-GILITY came to me almost immediately. It felt right. It felt like me. It felt like the work I was already living. To me, agility means having the ability to pivot through the decades of life with confidence, of presence, passion, and agility in mind, body, and spirit. Once I knew this was more than just a catchy word, it was my brand, my mission, and my message. And I decided I needed to protect it. So I began my first adventure into the world of trademarks. After doing some online research, I discovered the most affordable way was just, going to the trademark site of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, also known as the USPTO. And let me tell you, though, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park. It was more like a walk through the government website wearing bifocals, holding a cup of coffee, asking yourself, oh no, what button did I just push? Now you know I'm a self taught computer survivor, not an expert, but a survivor. So I researched. I figured out to make sure that the word agility wasn't already being used. I figured that out on online forums and I second guessed myself for about 47 times. And then I submitted my application. Then came the waiting. Months later, it was official, and agility became my first registered trademark. And I was thrilled. And I thought, wow, look at me. I figured it all out myself. Famous last words. Because as my work continued to evolve, so did my message. As I wrote my book, Create Your Growth Purpose System, I realized that my work was expanding way more just beyond just movement and aging well. It also became about helping women create a roadmap for their next chapter of life. And that's where my second trademark idea was born, Growth Purpose System. This became the framework, a way to help others align their growth, purpose, and passions, systems, self reflections, and solutions so they could move forward with clarity. And as my niche became clearer, I also stepped into a title that truly fit my work, which was Michelle Race, Agility Vibrancy Specialist. That title represents the heart of what I do, empowering others to create their best lives and live in the next decade with vibrancy, purpose, and confidence. So naturally, I thought, let's trade that one too. Well, this time around, I had images involved. And friends, let me just tell you this. Images take trademark paperwork to a whole new level of technical kerfuffle. Fuffle. Suddenly, it wasn't just words, it was graphics, it was images, it was corrections, it was details of that I didn't even know existed. But I kept going. And with the awesome help of the examining attorney that was assigned to my case and a Canva, I made correction after correction. There were moments when I felt discouraged. There were moments where I thought, oh, do I really need this? But deep down inside, I knew the answer was yes, because it wasn't just about a trademark, it was about ownership. It was about protecting the language of my purpose. It was about standing, behind the work I've already created, the journey I've lived, and the message I wanted to share. And last week, after months of trial, tribulations, patience, persistence, and more technical learning than I ever expected at this stage of my life, it became official. And today's Tuesday truth is when you're discouraged and ready to throw in the towel, don't confuse difficulty with defeat. But that does not mean you're not that, but that does mean that you are not on the wrong path. It simply means you are growing into the person who can carry the dream forward. Colin Powell said it beautifully. A dream doesn't come with magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Dreams are wonderful. Ideas are exciting. Inspiration feels magical. But now the real dream that takes the work, this is what it takes. It takes patience and persistence. It takes being willing to look foolish while you're learning something new. It takes time for asking, you have to ask for help. It takes doing the next step when you feel the next step is like a technical foreign language. And let me tell you, nothing's more like personal growth than trying to understand the government trademark language while Canva keeps saving your files in the wrong format. But here's what I've learned. Every challenge taught me something. Every correction made the result stronger. And every frustrating moment reminded me that I'm still capable of learning, growing, and figuring things out. And that is AGE-GILITY in action. AGE-GILITY is not just about a physical movement. It's about mental flexibility. It's about the emotional resilience. It's about being willing to pivot, adapt, learn, and keep flowing through the decades of life. At any age, we can still create, still build, still protect our dreams, and we can still become more confident in our purpose. So if you're working towards something right now and it feels harder than you expected, I want you to remember this. Hard doesn't mean impossible. Confusing does not mean you're capable, and slow does not mean you're failing. Sometimes slow progress is still sacred progress. So today, I'm not only celebrating a trademark, but a testimony of perseverance, purpose, and AGE-GILITY. Therefore, here's my encouragement for you today. Don't throw that towel in too soon. Pause if you need to or ask for help. Take a deep breath when that website freezes. Do not give up on something that matters to your heart. Your dreams may not become reality through magic, but with sweat, determination, hard work, and maybe a little humor, it can become reality. And that, my friends, is last week's and today's Tuesday Truth. Bye for now.